Hello students, I welcome you all to the online video lecture on course Applied Thermodynamics. So we are discussing the module number 1, chapter number 1, that is gas turbines or gas power cycles. In the previous sessions, we have seen the important assumptions made in the analysis of gas power cycles, the air standard efficiency of Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle. Next, we have seen the comparison between Otto, diesel, dual based on the two important conditions. So today we'll discuss the numericals on Otto cycle. So this is the first numerical on Otto cycle. This is a very important from your examination point of view. Let's read the problem carefully. It's like a derivation type. It's not a problem. We don't have any numerical value in this. Okay. In an Otto cycle, the upper and lower temperature limits are respectively T3 and T1. Show that for the maximum work, the compression ratio should have the value RC equals to T3 by T1 raised to 1.25. So what he has given? He has given for the Otto cycle, for the maximum and minimum absolute temperature, that is T3 is a maximum temperature and T1 is a minimum temperature. So for these absolute temperature limits, for the maximum work output, the compression ratio should be RC equals to T3 by T1 raised to 1.25. So let us draw the PV and TS diagram for the Otto cycle. So we know the Otto cycle consists of 4 processes, in which 2 are adiabatic process and 2 are constant volume process. So 1 to 2 is adiabatic compression, 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition, 3 to 4 is adiabatic expansion, 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. Similarly, on the TS coordinates, 1 to 2 is adiabatic compression, 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition, 3 to 4 is adiabatic expansion, 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. So if you consider the TS diagram, T3 is the maximum temperature limit and T1 is a lower or the minimum temperature limits. Okay, so we have to obtain the final equation in terms of T3 and T1 only. Okay, now he is asking us to show that for the maximum work, so we know that the general equation for work done is, it is a difference between heat added and heat rejected. So W net equals to Q1 minus Q2. So we know for Q1 is a heat addition. So heat is being added at constant volume during the process 2 to 3. So therefore we have the expression CV. The capital CV stands for heat capacity at constant volume. Okay. So basically the capital CV is the product of mass into specific heat at constant volume. This product will give you the capital CV. That is, capital CV stands for heat capacity. So basically we write the equation as mCV into temperature difference. But instead of mCV, let me write capital CV. So this is the heat capacity. Okay. Now here Q1 is heat added at constant volume. So CV into T3 minus T2. As I said, take the temperature difference always higher minus lower. So during the process 2 to 3, the heat addition takes place. So T3 is maximum, T2 is minimum during this process. So the temperature difference will be T3 minus T2. Similarly, minus Q2. Q2 is a heat rejection. So heat rejection takes place at constant volume, that is 4 to 1. So CV into T4 minus T1. Okay, keep it as equation number 1. We want the final equation in terms of T1 and T3 only. So that's why we have to write T2 in terms of T3 and T4 in terms of T1. Okay, so for the process 1 to 2, we know that T1 V1 raised to gamma minus 1 equals to T2 V2 raised to gamma minus 1, because 1 to 2 process is adiabatic process. So TV relationship is this. Now do the cross multiplication. T2 equals to T1 into V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. So therefore V1 by V2 is the compression ratio. Okay, already we know why we have derived the equation. While deriving the equation for a standard efficiency, we learned that the compression ratio RC is the ratio of volume at the beginning of compression to the volume at the end of compression. So V1 by V2 is the RC. Okay, so T2 as it is into T1 RC raised to gamma minus 1 as it is. Similarly, for the process 3 to 4, for the process 3 to 4, the 3 to 4 is also the adiabatic process. 3 to 4 is also the adiabatic process. So during this process, we have T3 V3 raised to gamma minus 1 equals to T4 V4 raised to gamma minus 1, or T4 equals to T3 into V3 by V4 raised to gamma minus 1. So now V3 by V4, V3 by V4. Listen here carefully. V3 by V4 is also nothing but V2 by V1. How? Please look at here. See here, V3 is equals to V2. Both are same because 2 to 3 is constant volume process. Similarly, V4 equals to V1. V4 equals to V1. Okay, because 4 to 1 and 2 to 3 are the constant volume process. Fine. I hope this is clear. Now here I have written V3 by V4 can also be written as V2 by V1, or V1 by V2 is RC and V2 by V1 is 1 by RC, or 1 by RC can also be written as RC raised to minus 1. Okay, now I have written here T4 equals to T3 as it is. Instead of this V3 by V4, V3 by V4, I have written RC raised to minus 1. RC raised to minus 1 raised to gamma minus 1. So here I'll get minus. So just multiply the bracket with the minus sign, you will get 1 minus gamma. And so what raised to 1 minus gamma. This is important. Okay. Don't commit any mistake here. Fine. Now, next one, we have to substitute the T2 and T4 in equation number 1, because we want the final equation in terms of T1 and T3. T1 and T3. So that's why we have to substitute T2 and T4 in equation number 1. So therefore W net equals to CV as it is into T3. So what is T2 here? T2 is T1 RC raised to gamma minus 1, T1 RC raised to gamma minus 1 minus CV into, so what is T4 here? T4 is T3 RC raised to 1 minus gamma, RC raised to 1 minus gamma minus T1 as it is. Okay. Now we want the condition for maximum work output, maximum work output. So if we want to find out the condition for maximum work output, we have to differentiate this equation with respect to RC, because the upper and lower temperature limits, T3 and T1, upper and lower absolute temperature limits are constant. So here CV is also constant. The only variable is RC, the compression ratio. I repeat, in this equation, the only variable is the compression ratio RC. So we have to differentiate this equation with respect to RC and equate it to 0. So that will give you the condition for maximum work. Okay. Now here I have written, to get the condition for maximum work, differentiate the above equation with respect to RC and equate it to 0. So therefore, differentiation of W net with respect to RC equals to 0. Now listen here carefully. The differentiation of W net with respect to RC is CV as it is, the CV as it is, and T3 is constant. So differentiation of constant is 0. So I have ignored minus as it is, minus into T1. So what is the differentiation of RC raised to gamma minus 1? So what is the differentiation of x to the power n with respect to x? What is differentiation of x to the power n with respect to x? The differentiation is with respect to x. What is the differentiation with respect to x? So that is n x to the power n minus 1. This is a fundamental thing that you know. Fine. Now, so the differentiation of this is gamma minus 1 RC raised to gamma minus 1 minus 1. Okay, gamma minus 1 RC raised to gamma minus 1 minus 1. So minus 1 is minus 2 here. I have written. So minus as it is CV into T3. This T3 into what is the differentiation of this term? So with respect to RC, So 1 minus gamma as it is into RC raised to 1 minus gamma minus 1. 1 minus gamma minus 1. Okay. So minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. The only remaining is minus gamma. Minus gamma equals to 0. So we have to equate it with 0. Okay. Fine. I hope up till here this is clear. Now let us simplify this. Now take this term to the right hand side. Okay. So here minus sign is there. CVC will get cancelled. CVC will get cancelled. Now here I'll take minus sign outside the bracket. Here I can write gamma minus 1. So if I take minus sign outside the bracket, here I can write gamma minus 1. So here minus is there. Minus minus will get cancelled. Here gamma minus 1 and here gamma minus 1 will get cancelled. Okay. So the last term which I left with is T1 RC raised to gamma minus 2 as it is equals to T3 into RC raised to minus gamma as it is. So we want the ratio T3 by T1. So just do the cross multiplication. T3 by T1 equals to RC raised to, just simplify this, 2 gamma minus 2 will remain as it is. Okay, I hope you can do this. Okay, if I take T1 in the denominator and RC raised to minus gamma in this the left hand side, the denominator of left hand side, then in the next step take RC to the power minus gamma. In the numerator you will get plus gamma. So plus gamma, if the bases are same, indices should be added. If the bases are same, indices should be added. So gamma plus gamma minus 2. So 2 gamma minus 2. So T3 by T1 equals to RC raised to 2 gamma minus 2. So as we know that for air, the ratio of specific heats gamma equals to 1.4. So substitute in this equation gamma equals to 1.4 and simplify. So finally, after simplification, you will get 0.8, I guess. Okay, because take 2 outside the bracket, gamma minus 1, that is 1.4 minus 1, 0.4. So 0.4 into 2, 0.8. So take 0.8 to the left hand side. Take 0.8 to the left hand side. So if you take to the left hand side, you will get 1 by 0.8, raised to 1 by 0.8. Okay. So RC equals to T3 by T1, 1 by 0.8 is 1.25. So what is to be proved? Is this not which is to be proved? Yes. So RC, the compression ratio RC equals to T3 by T1 raised to 1.25. Raised to 1.25. Please look at the question carefully. RC equals to T3 by T1 raised to 1.25. What does it mean? In order to get the maximum net work output from the cycle, so RC, the compression ratio should be T3 by T1 raised to 1.25. So this is a condition for maximum work output. I hope this is clear. So please do practice this derivation thoroughly, because this is the most expected question in VTU examination. Okay, so if you find anywhere any difficulties, you can put your queries in the comment box. So please don't forget to like the channel, subscribe and comment if you have any queries. And thank you and have a nice day.